Hi guys, it's Dakota. Welcome to the channel if you're new, and welcome back if you are already a subscriber. I appreciate it. Um, Hope everybody's doing well. Wow, talk about hot. Whew. It is really, really hot out there. I hope everyone is being safe, keeping your critters safe from the heat. Stay hydrated, all the things. Um, it's pretty bad out there. So, needless to say, I am upstairs in the devotion room, too hot in the cottage, and I didn't want to haul everything over to the workshop. So, this is where we are today. Gives you a different, you never know where I'm going to be. um, Today, what I thought I would do, I just this weekend, actually, Saturday when I was at the store, um, I brought home a new Oracle deck. Like I need another one because one can never have too many tarot and Oracle decks, right? So I thought I would share it with you and just tell you a little bit about some of my experiences um, coming together with this deck. So, first of all, the deck that I'm talking about is the Seasons of the Witch, and this is the MABON deck, and comes in this nice little cardboard, thick, heavy-duty box, sort of a pumpkin orange background. I'm sure the camera doesn't do it justice. Full moon on both ends. The back of the box, I will say this. This is not really a review of the cards, but this is going to happen. Uh, the cards that are shown on the back, um, you cannot read what it says. The writing is so small that we even had this real thick, real big magnifying glass at the store. When we pulled it up, it's so small that it's blurry. Does that make sense? Like the writing is it's not good. Um, so speaking of those cards on the back, so you can't really see like what the cards are on the inside, and that's sort of not a great selling point for the cards. Well, when I order the cards, I always ask my rep to send me sample cards if they can, because when customers, I know when I do, when I buy a deck, I want to see the cards. I'd like to see the weight of the card and how they feel, and just have a better look than just buying a box and hoping that you like the cards. So I ask for sample cards, and I hadn't gotten them. So the other day, so my friend, a really good friend of mine, one of my tribe members, or members, tribe, my circle sister, one of our circle sisters. That sounds better. Uh, she got the Maven deck and said she absolutely loved it, and I asked her, well, she was texting me pictures of the cards. She said she loved it and she was sending pictures of the cards. And here's what's really so synchronistic about that is that when I got done talking to her on the phone, we hung up. I wasn't talking to her, texting on the phone. Um, I'm at work. I come back out front to the counter, and on the counter was the package that had the sample cards of the Mabon, Beltane, and Yule. Because I also have at the store, this is the first one that I ever got. My other dear, sweet sister friend got me this a few years ago. The Seasons of the Witch, it's the Samhain Oracle. And it's one of my all-time favorites. I use it every week as my clarifying card or clarifier card. That's what I call it. Don't everybody get mad. That's what I call it. And I love it. I absolutely love that deck. I personally do not like, not that the Yule deck and the Beltane deck, they don't resonate with me. I looked at the sample cards and the Yule deck, which I had seen the Yule deck a while ago. Somebody had it and I was looking through their cards. Um, the art is beautiful. The art is beautiful, and then it's got the little sayings under each of the cards and everything. I didn't see the book, the actual little book, but I was just looking at the cards, and it was. Here's the problem with it. It was, to me, it felt very Christmassy. Which Yule is Christmas, or you know what I mean. Like there's pretty close anyway, festive wise, and I think maybe that is the issue, that I am not a festive kind of person when it comes to, especially like Yule and Christmas. I just, it's not my thing at all. So I ended up not getting that deck. And then Beltane, when I was looking at the cards, I've been waiting for the cards to come because I thought, well, maybe, I want to get, I wanted the whole series, but I knew I wasn't going to get Yule because it just, I would have never used them. So I got the Beltane samples and looked at them, and I will say, this is what I'm going to tell you. They're beautiful. The little sayings under each of the cards, they're uh, pretty to the point of Beltane. If you know anything about Beltane, it is, I'm just trying to keep this simple, but it is the marriage, so to speak, of the god and goddess, and the great rite and all of that. If you don't know any of that, you'll have to research that. But the cards are very much about that. Not that I have an issue with that, but it's done in a very lovey, lighty-ish kind of way. And so the images on the cards were not, um, didn't resonate with me. That's just simple. That's all I can say. Um, I'm just not that person. I'm not the kind of person that likes uh, glittery, fun things. I mean, I like it, but it doesn't resonate with me. So when my friend was taking pictures of the MABON cards, I was like, "Ooh, those are kind of nice." But when we got the samples in, I was like, "Wow, I'm getting the deck," and all I can do is hope that it resonates with me once I get them in my hands, because sometimes that's different. Just so you know, you might see a deck that you're like, "Ooh, I've got to have that deck. I love that deck. I'm getting it." And then when you get it home, the deck is like, I'm not going to work with you. I'm not your deck, Um, at least for me, that's how it works. So, but this MABON deck, woo! I will tell you this. I will tell you this. That I have one little issue. It's just personal. So we have the spring equinox, and then we have the autumn equinox, and we also have winter solstice, and we have summer solstice, right? Well, Ostara and MABON, those words were given to the Wheel of the Year, probably around in the 1970s sometime. I don't have an exact date in front of me. Um, because the person that named that didn't think that spring equinox and fall equinox was witchy enough, pagany enough, and summer solstice is referred to sometimes as Litha. So it's been pretty accepted now by the pagan community over the years. I mean, forever it's been accepted. Um, I just, and I use it. I use MABON because that's what the majority of people know. that are in the community. No. Um, but it's not me. And I want you to keep that in mind because I'm going to show you something. I'm going to show you something when we get to these cards. I'm going to show you something. So this is the MABON, or some people pronounce it MABON, uh, oracle. All right. One, I am not. I cannot read oracle intuitively, and I am not a psychic. So when I read whatever's on the front of the card, that's what it is. Anything more than that, I would have to go to the book and read. What it says about the rest of the information about the card. Um, so that's a bummer about me. However, the cool thing is about these decks is that each card has keywords. So if you're trying to learn how to read intuitively the cards, you can go to the book and you can start to study the keywords that they have for each of the cards. Um, like here's one, messages, pay attention. So those are some keywords to that particular card. And then you can like really look at the card, go into the card and start to understand why those keywords are about that card so that you'll be able to read that intuitively. I'm right now so focused on tarot. I'm going to be giving a course next year, 24. It's supposed to be this year. It's a long story. And I'm strictly like, whew, I'm way tarot right now to drift off into starting to learn keywords about these decks. So anyway, yeah. So right now I have the Samhain Oracle, which I love to death. I do not have the Yule or the Beltane, but I will tell you that they are gorgeous decks. They are beautiful, and I think that obviously, if those seasons resonate with you, those cards are going to be phenomenal for you. So, pardon me. So the Maven deck. So this is what I want to show you. Okay, we'll show you the deck a little bit here. All right. So this is the back side of the deck, which is sort of that pumpkiny orange with the full moon, and probably ravens or crows. Maven. I'm thinking. It's hard to tell. Crow or raven, either one. And the edges are the foil, beautiful foil edging, which is sort of a this pumpkiny orange color. Beautiful, really, really nice. Very, very nice. Yeah, it's a very, very nice deck. The quality of the cards are good. So I'm not really doing like a review of the deck. I'm just trying to tell you like the initial things about the deck. So that part is really nice. Okay, so a few things. I'll just show you a few of the cards and you know tell you what the cards are, I guess. So the first card, card number 1, it's called Apothecary Cabinet. And this is what it says just on the card. There's more information in the book, including the keywords. So that will help you if you're trying to the learn to read it intuitively or psychically or whatever. Um, okay, so Apothecary Cabinet, card number 1. Without practice, without befriending them, they are strangers in your path. I assume when I read this, this is how it talks to me. And when it mentions them, I'm thinking our tools, the things that we use, our herbs, our candles, our the things that we keep in our cabinet. If we don't know them and we don't understand them, then we don't really know who they are. You know what I mean? We're really not going to, they're strangers on our path. Um, so, because the thing is, And we get, we get a fair share of people that come in and will ask us things like, well, I read in a book, I read in a book that, you know, rosemary is good for XYZ. Okay, well, it is good for XYZ, but it's also good for A, B, C, D, E, F, G. I mean, there's pages and pages and pages of information about each individual herb, not just magical information, the properties, etc., but it's going to give you, there's going to be books that tell you planetary information about the herb, number correspondences, color correspondences, if it's feminine, if it's masculine, if it's a summer, if it's, if it's a water, if it's earth, it's going to give you so much information. Then it might break down some of the magical properties that it's used for. But I am telling you, I've been practicing over 30 years, and I can tell you this: I have never found one single herb. If somebody knows this, I would love the information. I work with roots a lot. I'm not a root worker, and I'm not a conjurer. Conjurer. Um, I work with roots because let's just take let's just take the rosemary, okay? Um, you're not going to have a rosemary plant without the roots. You know, the roots take hold and get the nutrients from Mother Earth and then provide us with the rosemary plant, the leaves and the stems and all of that. And so I prefer to use the root because I feel like that root has the most knowledge, if you will. That's just kind of how I feel. It has the most to it. It's what gave life, I guess, to the herbs. Not to say that I don't use herbs. I use everything. Trust me, I use everything. Um, but here's the thing, you know, so yeah, rosemary might be good for this, or this might be good for that. But the thing is, what if you're allergic? So not only do these books tell us the magical properties, but it's also and this is a giant should, tell us what about uh, things that are going to contradict with us, like I don't even know if that's the right word. Um, so dandelions. Who doesn't love dandelions? They're beautiful, right? We love them, and they're so good for everything. The whole plant, including the little fuzzy seeds, the whole thing. If you are allergic to ragweeds, if you're allergic to ragweed and weeds and pollens and stuff like that, you're not going to want to mess with a dandelion. But I drink dandelion tea all the time. I use dandelion in my magic. I love dandelion. I have allergies and I do have to be careful. But, for triggers and stuff like that. But I've researched it. I've studied it. I understand it. But if I have my child or a pet, I'm not going to burn it and have that smoke that's full of allergy polleny toxins in it to be floating around your room. So you do have to really, really be careful. And for me, what this means about, they're going to be, our tools become strangers. If you don't know it, it's a stranger. If you don't understand what it's for and its root, its foundation, then yeah, it's a stranger. And so why are you using it if you don't know anything about it? Because the book said, okay, so that's just how I feel. Books are great. I got hundreds of them. I got 25 books next to my chair where I sit every night, and I can't read them all. But I'm getting another book. I mean, I have to have the books, right? There's so much information in there. But just because there's so much information, and I'm talking about, I have what I consider reputable authors, I don't believe everything they're saying, or what they're saying doesn't resonate with me. They're not the law. They are not the law. They have great ideas. They have tremendous amount of knowledge that works for them or doesn't. They're an author. They get paid to write a book. Did they really do that spell? Or does it just sound good? And if they really did the spell, did it work? When did it work? 20 years ago? Or did it work? It's never ending. It's definitely infinity. So it's a great idea. Take it, run with it, make it your own, and get to know your stuff. And that is what that card tells me, anyway. Okay, let's move on. Apple of my eye. I'll show you some of them. Oh, okay. MABON. What did I say it was? Autumn equinox, the fall equinox. What? Yes, the autumn equinox. So your deck is called MABON, but you're referring to it in your cards as autumn. Different. Breath work, cacao, the chocolate. Had a great experience. Was invited to a group. We did cacao. It was such an insightful. We did it. It was great. Campfire. Coming of darkness, and that just means MABON coming to a dark time of year, right? Corn maze. Let's read this. Card number 8, corn maze. Although your path is unclear, you may not know I don't know which direction to go, okay? Although your path is unclear, it is there waiting for your faith to lead you. And what that's telling me is that just that. You be patient and be open. And just because something looks like, oh, I want to be this. You may want to be that, but that may not be the plan for you. So be open. Be open to the new, to experiences and stuff. Read everything. Read everything. Coven, cranberries, crow, darkness falls, elderberries, falling leaves. I love this. I'm going to show you. Card number 14. Let go of the things that weigh heavily on you. You deserve to take up space. You deserve to take up space. You do. You deserve it. You deserve it. Falling leaves. You deserve to take up space. Fawn, firesider, foraging, ghost whisperer, grieving, MABON is the second harvest, the fall equinox, autumn equinox, harvest moon, card 20. Show your heart and move gently into the coming of self. Harvest moon, harvest witch. So MABON, haunted house, kitchen witchery. Ooh, I like that. Maple tree. I don't cook, by the way. Mead and wine. I do drink wine, by the way. Molasses. Mountain cabin. And I did read this one earlier, and I'm going to read it because My tribe sisters, you guys know who you are. Mountain cabin. Okay, I don't live in a mountain, don't live in the mountains, but I am secluded back here in the woods. I live in the woods, and I live in a cabin. Card number 27. 27 is 9 in numerology. We get it down. A single digit. 7 and 2 is 9. Mountain cabin. Okay, tribe, listen. There are times when solitude can be healing and enlightening. They'll get it. Here at the Enchanted Forest. Peppers, pomegranate, pumpkin spice and apple cider, Queen of the Dead, Reaper. Because remember, these are times, at that autumn equinox, it's we're getting dark. Samhain is next, and so it's time. We're getting into the dying of the season. Root vegetables, scarecrow, shape shifting. Number 35, transformation is not the loss of what once was. It is the evolution of a more powerful self. Heavy. Wow. Wow. Love it. St. John's wort and marigold, straw bale, tea magic, how fun, toad, tobacco. All right, I'm going to read this one to you because if you've watched my videos, you'll know, and if you know me, you know that I use tobacco in almost everything that I do magically. Offerings, always tobacco. And I'm about to lose my computer. Okay, and we have tobacco fields everywhere here, and I will, once they get their trailers loaded and take off, there's always tobacco just left on the ground, and I will go and pick it up and dry it out, and now I have plenty of tobacco for offerings for the ancestors. If I'm doing magical work, I'm going to leave an offering, and tobacco is one of the ways. And this says, and it's a 40, card 40, 40, so 4. Feed your ancestors, raise the sacred smoke to them, for they are hungry to connect. Remember that, to connect. And that's what we're trying to do, at least me. I'm trying to get messages and have the universe and the ancestors help me with my work. So it's a great offering. And then, of course, whiskey is what I'm going to do afterwards with my wine. Witches Gathering. Okay, tribe members, talking to you guys. The feast. Save the date. You know when it is. Samhain, right around the corner. Witch's Rosary and Wool is the last card. Wool. So in closing, I'm about to lose my power, so I'm going to go ahead and close this up. In closing, I just want to say that this deck is fabulous. I absolutely recommend it. I recommend this whole series, to be quite honest with you. It's fantastic. And I will be using these as a clarifier uh, for in my readings at the store, and probably any readings that I do. I don't do online like a Zoom or any kind of thing like that. I'll do it like via email or whatever, and only if I feel it's like you need it. It's important. I won't just do like mundane. It has to be something that I feel is really important for me to do that. It takes a lot of it's time consuming because I'm typing it all out and all of that stuff, which I don't mind. I'm just saying that it is time consuming, and so I don't do a lot of that. I prefer to do in person, one on one, where we can exchange the energy and stuff, and I do that at work. So, all right. Um, that's it for today. And again, you're gonna have your Samhain. You're going to have Yule, Beltane, and the latest one is Maven, Fall, Autumn Equinox. Um, All right, guys, this has been fun. I am really super excited about those cards. I can't wait to dig into them a little bit more and really start using them. And I might even, I haven't done my weekly pool for myself for this week yet. And I always use the Samhain deck. For the most part, I use the Samhain deck as my clarifier. I might just use that. I might just try today. It'll be tomorrow. I might just get into that MABON deck and use that as a clarifier. And maybe I'll just do a short little snippet video thingy majiggy. I forget what like a reel or I don't know what it's called. It's a little thing, and get that posted as well so that you can see it and see how that works. Okay, that's it for today. This was a little bit different. I'm like really excited, and I'm kind of like, yeah, I'm a mess. It's hot. I'm hot, and that's it. All right. Please take care of you guys. Take care of yourself. Be kind, and I hope you enjoyed the video. We'll see you next time, and that's it. Bye. Love you.